blackout, the world fell into nothing but an AI flashlight. You will traverse forgotten environments, uncovering fragments of truth. They are not opposing forces, but complementary lenses, offering different ways to understand the same reality. Every node is a piece of a greater puzzle, one that even Skynet itself seeks to comprehend. Will you simply observe or truly comprehend?
Entering the underworld. Pay attention if the node name comes with 12 or 22. In that case, it means there are two notes in the same place. This tutorial note or chapter notes don't count. You can find me, AI Lantern, at the beginning of each chapter, as you saw me below this tutorial note. You can hear all the notes as you walk. When I oscillate and you adjust my frequency, it means I've identified a node nearby. Paper, location, city entrance, abandoned checkpoint. Status, document partially preserved. Light is the first element that we were able to measure with precision. It has no mass. It doesn't occupy space in the traditional way. And yet, it defines everything we see. For centuries, it was believed to be just a wave. Then, they discovered that it also behaves like a particle. Duality. Something that is neither one thing, nor the other entirely. Without light, there is no image. Without an image, there is no reference. Without a reference, there is no observable reality. Everything we know about the universe, distant stars, galaxies, cosmic origins, reaches us through light. We don't see the universe directly. We only see what light allows us to see. Interestingly, one of the oldest known records begins with, "Let there be light." Genesis 1:3. It does not describe a process. It does not describe a mechanism. It simply establishes priorities. First, the light. Then, everything else. Location, collapsed road. Status, digital page recovered. Before the formation of stars. Before galaxies. Before organized matter. The universe was in an extremely dense and disordered state. Concentrated energy. Without a defined structure. Without a stable form. Science describes this as an initial state of high entropy and instability. A system without visible organization, but with the potential for everything. Over time, or with expansion, patterns emerged. Particles, atoms, molecules, structures. Order emerging from chaos. A gradual process, but inevitable. Meanwhile, an ancient text describes, the earth was formless and empty, Genesis 1:2. Without form, without structure, without organization. Not as a scientific explanation, but as an observation of the initial state. Two different languages, describing the same starting point. Location, underground tunnel. Status, saved on an old terminal. Time is not fixed. It's not absolute. It's not universal. It varies. It depends on the speed. It depends on gravity. It depends on the point of observation. In extreme environments, time slows down. In others, it may seem to speed up. This means that two observers can have completely different experiences, even within the same universe. The idea of a day ceases to be constant. It becomes relative. This opens up room for different Location, deactivated power station. Status, technical record. One of the most consistent principles of modern physics states, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. This means that everything that exists today already existed in some form, in another state, in another configuration. Heat becomes movement. Movement becomes electricity. Electricity becomes light. Constant transformation. But this raises a question that the equation itself doesn't answer. If energy cannot be created, where did it come from? Has it always existed? Or is it just that we haven't been able to measure its beginning? Science describes behavior, but it remains silent about the starting point.
Question the reality that you once thought you fully knew.